Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, and yet again, I'm bringing you guys some NFL breaking news. Now, just before this, the last video was that Robbie Anderson left the New York Football Jets and signs with the Carolina Panthers. So now the Jets have a vacancy at their wide receiver 1 slot. So what they do is they bring in former Bucks wideout wide receiver Breshad Perriman is signing with the Jets on a 1-year deal worth up to $8 million, including $6 million guaranteed. A great move by the Jets, if I'm being completely honest with you. A very good move for the Jets. Last year, down the stretch, Breshad Perriman proved that he could be maybe not an elite wide receiver, but a pretty good wide receiver in the NFL. Once Godwin and once Evans ended up getting hurt towards the end of the year, Breshad Perriman took that spot and performed very, very well. If you're talking fantasy points, this man was dropping 20-plus points a week. He was unstoppable down the stretch, and I thought that if he signed somewhere good where he could get the opportunity, he could be great for fantasy football and great for the NFL. And this is a great spot for him. Now, I don't love the Jets personally, but here he has the potential to be the wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2 on the team in targets. I'm talking wise, maybe Jameson Crowder gets more targets or maybe Breshad Perriman does, but either way, I love this move for the Jets. They bring in a wide receiver that is cheaper than Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson was commanding far more than $8 million, so this is a great move overall. For the New York Football Jets, they move on from a guy that really wasn't that electric on that offense. So they bring in a guy that has the potential to be great for that offense. Obviously, Sam Darnold was probably punching rocks a couple of hours ago after they let go of Robbie Anderson, who was one of his most targeted wide receivers. He loved Robbie Anderson, not last season, but the season before. He was really developing a connection, and then he developed mono, and then that connection went down the drain towards the end of, or just all throughout last season. But I do think that Breshad Perriman finds a great home here in New York. Now, I know that this division might be up for grabs because the Patriots they don't have a quarterback, but if the Patriots bring in a quarterback, they're winning the division. If they end up playing with Stidham, then the Bills win the division. The Jets ain't winning the fucking division. I'm sorry to tell you, but I do love this move for the Jets and fantasy football. So quick fantasy football breakdown for Breshad Perriman. Who would I rather own in fantasy, Breshad Perriman or Jameson Crowder? Now, they're both going to go around the same area. I think late in drafts, I don't think any of these guys really go high enough in the draft to where you're really picking. They're probably going to be picked probably a round or two different. So maybe round 9 and round 10, or maybe round 10 and round 12 for both these guys. Or maybe they just end up in the same round late past round 8. And I think I would prefer Breshad Perriman, honestly. Breshad Perriman has shown me those skills in Tampa Bay. Now, obviously, they're not going to throw the ball a million times like Jameis Winston does or did over there in Tampa Bay. But I think that Breshad Perriman could be worthy of fantasy football starts a lot of the time. When you're in PPR, Jameson Crowder was a monster last year, and this might make Jameson Crowder and Breshad Perriman both better. They might be pretty even when the year comes to a close in a PPR type of league. I love Breshad Perriman now in fantasy. He's going to be a sleeper that I like to draft on a lot of teams. Same thing goes with Jameson Crowder now that Robbie Anderson is out of there. So thank you guys all for watching this video. If at any point you end up enjoying, please click that subscribe button down below. Let me know what you guys think about Breshad Perriman joining the New York Football Jets on a 1-year, pretty much prove it deal. Goodbye.